Catcher in the Rye is third amongst most challenged books of all time. It's the tale of a kid's adventures through 1950s New York City after being kicked out of prep school. Holden, the main character, has already failed out of 4 other schools. To avoid his parents, he wanders the city for a few days until he's actually scheduled to be home. Holden goes through the story of living in the dorms in Pensy, finding girls with the hindrance of his all-boys school, and just the general happenings of any teenager. When in New York, he gets a hotel room, has a run-in with a prostitute and her pimp, goes out clubbing, runs into old acquaintances, among other adventures. The Catcher in the Rye has been banned for sexual content and offensive language. The sexual content is not explicit but prominent. These are just the typical insecurities and curiosities of any teenage boy. Other things in the book that are cause for concern are the underage drinking and smoking. The Catcher in the Rye is a relatable story for almost everyone. Holden's experiences have led to his entrance into the phony adult world, learning from his choices and understanding the acceptable from the unacceptable. Here's an excerpt from The Catcher in the Rye. But I'm crazy, I swear to God I am. About halfway to the bathroom, I sort of started pretending I had a bullet in my guts. Old Maurice had plugged me. Now I was on the way to the bathroom to get a good shot of bourbon or something to steady my nerves and help me get into action. I pictured myself coming out of the bathroom. The goddamn bathroom. Dressed and all, with my automatic in my pocket and staggering around a little bit. Then I walked downstairs, instead of using the elevator. I'd hold on to the banister and all, with blood trickling out of the side of my mouth a little at a time. What I'd do, I'd walk down a few floors, holding on to my guts, blood leaking all over the place. Then I'd ring the elevator bell. As soon as old Maurice opened the doors, he'd see me with an automatic in my hand and he'd start screaming at me, in this very high-pitched, yellow-belly voice, to leave him alone. But I'd plug him anyway, 6 shots right through his fat, hairy belly. Then I'd throw off my automatic down the elevator shaft after I'd wiped out all the fingerprints and all. Then I'd crawl back down to my room and call up Jane and have her come over to bandage up all my guts. I pictured her holding a cigarette for me to smoke while I was bleeding and all. The goddamn movies, they can ruin you. I'm not kidding.